I drank a fucking Mexican Coca-Cola last night.
Yeah.
At like 9 o'clock at night. That shit fucked me up, dude. I couldn't sleep, dude. I couldn't fall asleep until like after midnight. I'm tossing and turning in bed. Iced tea usually does that, but not Coke. I'm ready when you are. Cartel Coke.
Your brother, basement hard luck. Basement hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Your brother, basement hard luck. Basement hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck.
Good morning and welcome to the Hard Luck Show. It's your host, Steve Lucky Luciano. Hey, before we get started, if you like the Hard Luck Show, hit the like button.
Do that.
And hit the subscribe button so that you can watch the Hard Luck Show every Monday and Thursday. My co-host and my partner
is Chumahan, an American Indian, Southern Californian, elegant barbarian, here to talk about another brand new futuristic topic once again.
Oh, Blue Eyes!
That's right. Sean Lewis, certified audio specialist, enthusiast, fanatic. Here to hang out with you guys and do the Hard Luck Show.
Yeah! Big Pig Mike in the house.
Big Pig Mike, what's up, kids? How you doing?
I got ice cream for you, kids.
Come and get this ice cream.
You want some ice
I'm
cream?
gonna push it down. I'm gonna push it down.
See how cold that is.
I got your sugar cone.
Yeah, we over here fucking. Let me give you guys a little tip right now. Do not drink iced tea at dinner time or anywhere around 7, 8, or 9 o'clock at night, or you're not gonna go to sleep. Okay, that's a little tip from Lucky for you. I had to find that out the hard way. It took me years to figure out it was the iced tea that was keeping me up. Hard luck. There you go. I found out it was a hard. It was a hard luck way to find out.
Iced tea was fucking me up.
You wanna know something? I fucking figured it out in fucking prison. I figured it out in prison.
Really?
I didn't figure it out in the street, but I tied it all in once I got to prison because there was enough stuff removed. But at my pad, sometimes there'd be nights where I just couldn't sleep, and I didn't know why. But I'm telling you, Chuman, as crazy as it sounds, I got into prison. I was like, I slept like a baby every night. And all of a sudden I'm asleep. I'm like, I'm talking about it. And then it happened again. It happened like 4 or 5 times until I started really what would be the word? Cross-referencing everything. I was like, all right, what did I do? What different? And I came up with the iced tea. And as soon as I did, I was like, that's what's been doing that to me my whole life. It's the iced tea.
Man.
So
You drink a lot of iced tea?
I used to just because it was like you could get iced tea and it would be calorie free. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't feel like having water. So I used to drink a lot of iced tea and sometimes I'd drink it into the evening and I didn't know that it was keeping me up. Because I could drink coffee at night and go to sleep.
Oh, I can. Easy.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And soda or whatever. It didn't affect me, but iced tea,
Really?
it's got so much caffeine.
What kind of iced tea?
It's that real basic type of Lipton iced tea that they would serve at most places, like that real basic, not the sweetened stuff. It's like Lipton. Right. It's like the unsweetened Lipton. And that shit is loaded with caffeine, bro. It's loaded with caffeine. Anyhow, I just felt it important for me to share that with my guests.
PSA.
Yeah, man. It worked for me. Might work for you. If one person heard it, that's
a free one.
He
from the Hard Luck
charged you
Show.
up. It made you feel like a machine.
Yep, knowledge you're not going to learn in college. Hey, listen, man, Chuman. I know. Listen, guys. I know that there's a lot of crazy shit going on. I know AI is the big topic lately, and everything that's doing for open-end chat and this and facial recognition and that. Now we obviously know that there's been robots. We know that they've been armed forces have been fucking with robots to go fight wars, and we know that there's been not only a little bit about police dog robots, we've seen movies made on it. There's all this premise, but there are fucking AI robots that are in production. And one of the best, most well-known ones are these ones that are being made by Tesla. And they're trip. They look all sorts of different ways. But I have been seeing more and more stuff on these robots, man. And I've been seeing how...
How'd that pop on your radar?
I kind of went down a rabbit hole on it. Somebody said something to me about some possibilities, and I was like, I heard what they were saying, and then maybe a week later, I just started popping on some stuff. I saw some things got me questionable, and I just started going on, and I just started Googling some stuff and just looking at what was out there, and
What'd you see?
I saw two things, and I was telling Sean and Mike. First off, I saw these robots that are, they're not the ones that are super like the face looks like, it's just like a basic robot,
right?
About a 5'10" robot, and they had these robots that were pre-programmed. They were programmed to do these menial jobs, and the menial jobs that they showed the robots doing was like
moving a box or something.
It was more intense than that, but it was very assembly line looking stuff, bro. And these robots,
like
repetitive, but they were able to grab an egg without breaking it and put it into a cup and move it and do it all with precision. Like that, they use the anti-locking brake system. These things have an anti-something where they're able to like grab shit and not fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
sensors in the fingers.
Yeah, like it's so weird.
Yeah.
So, Mike's got some that are on right now on his screen, and the crazy thing, man, is they have these pre-programmed. Follow me, guys. Listen to what I'm saying. Just give me a second here. I see that, Chumahan, right? That's exactly right, Mike.
Right.
I see it, and those are the pre-programmed. Then there's a lot of these people or operators that are standing or sitting, and they have the gloves on. They don't need the goggles. They're looking right at the screen, or they're standing in a full one of those suits that has all the little dots all over it, so it can be digitally picked up.
Yeah.
Camera, and they are doing the movements at home or on the camera or wherever this is at, and the fucking robot is fucking 1,000 miles away doing everything they want to do. Getting in the car, walking out. So I see both of these things, and the first thing I thought was, yeah, they're definitely gonna, like, when they start having like these standoffs with fucking hostages or bomb shit, or they're gonna, okay, boom. But this next thought of me started thinking of something else, Chumahan. I started thinking, man, like, they already got the cars that will drive right where they need to drive to. Okay, that's like already a done deal, right? We already know that. They are people that have money that don't want to do menial shit. Well, people with a lot of money already hire people to do the menial shit. That go stand in the DMV line for me. Go do this. Go to the market. Go shopping. Dry cleaning. Do this. Pick up the kids. Right? They just pay people for help. Brother, I think that these people that really have it, like, are really gonna start getting more and more of these. I think these fucking robots are going to be able to be programmed to do all your shit. It's going to be more advanced than that even, and I think that people that have the means are going to start building up these little armies. Like, there's going to be no really say so of how many of these things you can have, and people are going to start to fucking and having them doing all sorts of shit, man. Like, I see something down that vein. Like, you don't want to go fucking to the DMV and pay your bill or go do the shopping. You have a robot that will get into your electric car, will go knock all that shit out. Listen, they're not going to steal from you. They don't need to eat any of your food. They don't need any breaks or time off. They're not going to go get drunk. They're not going to have to be put in rehab. They're not going to unionize, as Sean said. They're not going to come in with these rights.
They're not going to fuck your daughter.
They're not going to fuck your daughter. They're not going to complain about how you talk to them.
Right.
And they're not concerned with your rights or how you address them, right?
Right.
Think about all that. Now, Chumahan, I might have needed all that to sell you on it 20 years ago. But today, if you just threw 3 of those things out, lazy motherfuckers would be all over it. Yeah, I'll put on I'll hire I'm going to do everything. Yeah. And that is going to translate over to, you've already seen the robots in some restaurants. Chumahan, you open up a Taco Bell, Chumahan. You own fucking 20 of them, right? In Southern California. Right. Your shit is automated down to the locks on your doors you can control from your phone. You don't even have a person. Maybe you're a nice old school guy where you got one manager that's real life that pops in once a day just to make sure everything's tuned up and running. But you have all robots. These robots ain't sticking money in their pocket. They're not giving their friends free food, right? They need no breaks.
They're not getting sick.
They're not getting sick. They're not going to fucking unionize. They're not going to go on strike. They're not going to get addicted to drugs, right?
Right.
They're not going to bitch about cleaning up the homeless mess in the bathroom.
They're not going to make a mess.
They're not going to make, and I'm going to tell you, Juman, like, no, because these places are going to be like, they're going to fucking not even have bathrooms for you. It's run by robots. We don't need a bathroom in here, so we don't offer a bathroom. You know, it'll be some shit like that. But Juman, I just see, listen, we all know that the robots still need shit. Like those little buckets that wheel down the street with the lights on and shit, you can still kind of like fake those things out and they pause or you turn them around and they're like confused, place them up against the door. They can't fucking, put them in between the doorway. They can't back out, in or out. So there's all sorts of shit, but we know that they're going to get better and better. I'm seeing it. And it's not going to be long. And I don't think that I think that there's crazy people out there that'll be like, dude, I'm going to fucking have this one doing this. I'm going to try and fucking them. I'm going to have this. They're going to be doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. They're going to have, listen to this. Are you ready?
Dude.
Listen, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
I'm ready, bro.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Go for it.
Yeah.
The cartel's gonna be sending up motherfucking truckloads of fucking shit in here with robots, man, so that they're not busted.
Yeah.
They're gonna remote control these motherfuckers all the ways in. If we lose 10 of them, we've got another 10 that made it in.
What about robbing a bank?
How about Chuman? There you go. I mean, it could get, I don't know, man. I don't know, because where do you start drawing the lines of what can be programmed once you own a robot that has capability? Who's to say that's your robot? It's your private robot. You can do anything I want. I have them mowing the lawn. I have them hitting licks fucking once a month at the fucking Bank of America.
Take your enemies out.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, dude.
But the police will have their robots tracking down robot crime.
The other thing is that they're going to have a fucking lock on these robots. They're going to know what these robots are doing, just like they know what we're doing. Right?
Yeah.
It's all digital. Yeah, right. But
no, so what about war? Think about war.
Yes.
Think about robots with giant howitzers instead of heads, and they're running around and they're just decapitating and obliterating people.
I mean, that's what a drone is.
Even on a smaller scale out now, they have the robot wars where these guys are putting their machines against each other and they come back.
Oh, you see it? Those things are badass too,
but
bro.
that's where it starts. So it's like, if they could do that, why not? They have with this going with AI.
Oh, bro, that's a great idea. You do real robot wars,
like that crazy shit.
Oh, where they just
let them fight. Like, you fuck. Oh, that'd be dope, though, right?
AI robots that
if you can make them fight, and then you can train them and download all the fucking.
Shit. I'd watch that.
I would be on that right now. Hey,
that's better than UFC.
Sean, stop everybody. Stop everybody.
Yes.
Sean, you can't you got to erase that. That can't go in the fucking thing. We need that. That's too. Hey, are you kidding me?
That's too hot.
You're gonna tell somebody that shit, dude. You're gonna fucking have that shit. You're gonna see that shit. A deal with UFC is gonna be struck.
Fuck yeah.
$gazillion deal, dude. Streaming deal, and we're not gonna be in
first.
it. Chumahan. Think about that.
Robot UFC, baby.
Dude, what do you got fucking nerd motherfuckers that are downloading samurai fighting, fucking this, that Brazilian, this, they're fucking creating this motherfucking thing that you can't, every move, they gotta move. They gotta this. Do you got fucking, you put two together? Shit. Tuning up that'd be badass, Juman. They'd be like,
hell yeah.
building their fucking.
Think about Think about if you put in those routines, like you said, they got downloaded in them, how fast the reaction times in the fights would actually be epic.
Yeah, dude. Explosive, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you change the arenas. So it's like, you do it out in Coachella where it's just desert and you give them a lot of space and some missiles and they just go to fucking
You got to watch it televised because you can't be too close.
Right. But I mean, how many movies are there where you make them bigger and bigger? So now you got mech warriors fighting each other, big ass tanks with legs, just fucking slugging it out.
Yeah, and they got to go fight on Mars where we've got cameras all set up and everything. We can watch them.
Shit.
It's all live streamed from fucking Saturn.
Who would watch wrestling? Who would watch wrestling after that? Who would watch? What audience would there be left for any of that other crap? You would
Chuman,
watch.
I don't know, bro, but we, man, like, I don't know, but we should just start grabbing up everything fucking robot fights, robot combat. We should we need to figure out who, where, and how we get on a handle on that.
Question is, how far are we away from mech warrior stuff then? If we're getting to the AI to this level.
Somebody already developing it?
Yeah, dude, think about this, Steve. Big Lex, think about this.
Oh, now we can start back up on the podcast, and we can just leave that piece out. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, all right. Think about this. That whole restaurant, right? Then you're going to get, like, instead of 1950s rock and roll diner joints as a throwback, there'll be restaurants opening up because they still have human servers, and it'll be like the old days, like nostalgia. Wow. Like that, you'll pay extra to have people serve you.
Wow.
Well, fuck. I mean, I completely agree. But how far are we from that? And how much more dying is there before that rebirth happens?
50 years. 50 years. So what'll happen is probably, right? Remember Hide was telling us, like, already in Tokyo, you go to a restaurant, you're not dealing with people out anymore. Like, you got these little carts and all this other stuff bringing stuff out to you that you punched up on a screen. Here, right, we'll do it American style. It'll be just doper and bigger, but we'll have the same exact thing. Race cars bringing pizza to the table and all that crap.
Right. That's
right.
Yeah.
And then at some point, everybody will talk about how there's no personal service anymore. And then there'll be like, it won't be a bunch of restaurants. It'll just be like some, one-offs where you can go there and it'll be like a barbecue joint from 1960s Alabama. And they'll be like, African-American dudes sweating behind the thing, and it'll be like a novelty.
Let me ask you something,
like,
Juwan. Do you remember, I mean, obviously you remember this, but there was a point in time where the people you were dealing with for customer service or different types of just whatever business where you'd be on hold dealing with operators, dealing with a whole bunch of shit, and those operators were from some other country. You knew you were being patched through, and there was sometimes a delay, and they didn't speak that great English.
They try to give you a name like they were in the country. They'd be like, "Hello, it's William."
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck, dude? Mumbai. Okay.
No, my name is Darlene. I'm Darlene.
Bakmar. One more. Hey, so fucking calling from Dumbar.
My name is Philip.
And then you saw. Now from that. How much automated is there now? It's like motherfucking now it's fucking automated, dude. Like, so they got rid of those people for fucking right? It's basically, I don't know, call it AI, but you're basically now talking to an automated voice, right?
Yeah.
Or you press the buttons, but you have no more fucking people. So they're removing scales of people in ways like that, or it's like there is no need for you.
That automated voice thing drives me nuts because they ask you to say something like they can hear it. And you go, I want to talk to a manager. And they're like, I'm sorry, did you say
what?
Hubcaps? You're like, no!
Yeah.
It starts getting mad. You're like, I'm on time. You're right. It's already like that on the phone. And you know what? There's people that are rich and laughing on a golf course, knowing that I remember a time when you would call customer service, you get someone in the country and they would treat you with respect.
Yes, right. Yes. And I think that there are not a lot. There's some few companies that get that. They either understand that or they had to figure it out. But they understand customer service, how important it is, especially in the direction, the way we're going. You're losing it every day, you know?
For sure.
And
dude, we're checking our own groceries. When did that happen?
I just, dog, like, I gotta listen. And don't get me wrong, Juan. I'm not saying the good old days or the
right.
Make it like it was old America. I'm saying in general in civilization in the last few hundred years, like in this country, you slept in your house, right? Or you were at your house on the weekends. Lounging, but you got out of your house to engage in life, which meant people. You're out there engage. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You had to be out there. You wanted to go outside and go people. You're doing your thing. If you live in the wilderness and you want to be left alone, that's where you'd be. But otherwise, if you were in the city, you go out, you engage. That's like, and it seems very sad that like, people would rather just not engage anybody and be left alone, or just don't want any. I don't even want to have to talk to you if I don't need you, type of thing, right?
Yeah. Well, your robot future, though, if you look at it from the other side,
right? I like that you put right. Yeah, come on, Chuman.
You might actually now. What do you think is going to happen with all the people? Then we got all this downtime.
I always say, I hope it's like Chumahan says. Okay, so now all these modern different things that we've invented are now going to serve us, because now we can get back to, what is that, Chumahan? Life, right? What we're designed to be here for, right? Family and community and
playing yacht.
Right?
But is that going to be a luxury?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a great question. That's a really, really good question, bro, what he just said.
Yeah.
Don't turn it into that. Don't make it a luxury.
Yeah.
Will it be a luxury before it ever hits anybody else's hands?
Will you only be able to...
Yeah, but like... Go ahead, Sean.
I'm just saying, like, will you only be able to, like... what's going to happen to, like... What is going to be the new wave of the disenfranchised?
I don't know. I think I don't know that question. I think it'll be the rest of the world, not the United States. Like when you say it like, because
that is a big hope to say that everyone in the United States is going to be.
Have you traveled much, Chumahan, lately?
Outside of the country? And I'll tell you something. The reason why I think it's going to be that way is because globalization is breaking down right now. Like, it's not, not in 90s, 2000 and 2010, you had shipping all around the world, manufacturing all around the world, and it's breaking down. It's getting to a place where it's going to be regional. And the United States is the country that can make the sea lane safe. Like, your shit's not going to get ganked, pirated, any of that. And you got to remember, how big Lux, how big are these shipping containers? How big are these boats that are carrying these shipping containers out of China?
Massive. Huge. Massive amounts.
So, imagine they go slow. And let's say the United States is like, well, we're not covering these routes anymore. That's all on you. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to worry about Japan, Australia, and the Pacific over here. We're going to guarantee you can do business. There was, after World War II, there was a very artificial peace created in the world by the League of Nations and then the Bretton Woods Compact. What that did was it guaranteed Europe and the rest of the world safety to get back to doing business. And eventually Nixon goes to China and sets that up. What you're describing, Big Lux, with the robots and the robot future, all of a sudden, right, you don't have people in jobs. Like, there's no more waiters. Like you said, there's no one unionizing. I mean, how many postal workers are you going to need when the robots take over? How many? All of that.
But,
just like you said, Big Lux.
Like with the medical field too, like would that be a possibility?
Doctors, what would you rather have, a human doctor who's hungover or a precision robot doing your surgery?
Hey man, I just logged in and they make teleconferencing your doctor an option. Like
Right.
you can not even go anymore. You
Right.
can just do Zooms. Like Zoom with your doctor. I'm sure probably for a procedure you got to go in.
Yeah.
But like
Right.
you don't have to
So
go
think
in
about
anymore. So
think about the loss of jobs that this robot future is going to replace. Like you said, all the rich people aren't going to want to pay human problems.
Right. Also, too, it affects
So then if-
people studying the field too. Like if the AI takes over and the robots are doing medical, what's the whole point of a human going to college to study medicine if I have a robot already doing it in a short time?
So, right, they don't have a job. If they don't have a job, how do they have money to buy T-shirts?
Wow, man.
Hey, you know what, dude?
Right?
It isn't even going to be personal on some levels. Some real smart business people are going to be like, nah, this is just, there's too many pros to replacing humans with the robot. That's what they're going to think. When it comes down to numbers
Dude,
and efficiency, they're going to go with that. And they're just going to look for the bottom line. What's going to be the most efficient for that business is all they're going to look at. And it's going to move more
That's
and
the
more
whole
towards,
reason-
huh?
That's the whole reason they outsourced all these manufacturing jobs to China. Exactly what
Absolutely.
you said.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. It wasn't right.
But
So
what-
now we don't need to outsource because we got robots at home. Why do we need to protect any shipping lanes?
All right.
There's no need. You
Cut
could
them off.
have-
You're just saying cut them off. Just be done with
There's
them.
no need
and
for their business
why,
anymore.
Why
Right.
deal with them? Why
Right.
deal
Right.
with their headaches?
Right?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I
We need to
agree.
hear them.
Listen, I, you know what, man? The back end of, moving all them fucking jobs to China is it fucks us. Not only is it fucking the country because you're removing the work out of the country. Now you're removing work.
Right.
But that product that's coming back is now so inexpensive that the small guy in America that's trying to get off the ground can't compete with those goods because it's now they've got all the margin. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're not making enough shit to go. You know what I'm saying? It fucks us doubly. That's why bringing all that fucking saying goodbye to, we made China rich, man. We need to get off that shit 100%, man. We need to do our own shit.
But on the sort of like another level, if we bring all those jobs back, right, and everything's automated, everything's run by robots, there's not going to
Yeah.
be any way for a small time guy to raise that kind of capital to get those robots.
Right. It's another layer.
Yeah, so the
Right.
corporations are going to have a stranglehold on cheap labor
and that's
cheap
why I
products.
also think, Sean, though, is listen, Chuman, we're all talking about this right now, these robots and shit. Okay, we've been seeing this. Well, you can say somebody's talking about it 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. RoboCop was 25 years ago, right?
Right.
But think about it, Chuman, like, we're not the people in the think tanks that's all they do.
Right.
It has to have all been going in a direction. They've had this planned out. Like some of this shit that you see, man, there's no way that shit didn't pop up over 5 years or 10 years.
Oh, for
This
sure.
is like planned out
that, for
like you
sure.
said, by design, Shumahan. Like, so
Well, that's
who
not
knows
what
how
it is.
far
That's
along they
what
already
Star
are?
Wars-
How far along they are with these robots? Look how many times in history we found out later on that they had developed something way earlier. They already had, you know what I'm saying? There's you know,
Yeah,
so they might already.
but that's what Star Wars. In 1970, whatever it was, when George Lucas did his thing,
74 or
C3PO
70.
and R2, yeah, C3PO and R2D2 were robots that were looking for human rights. That's what that was. They were slaves. These robots were slaves. So they had already been thinking and envisioning seeding this culture with the concept that
Right, that's the
eventually
back
they'll-
end of the robots, right?
dude.
That's the robots are rebelling,
Right.
right? The next step after it's gone
Exactly.
south, right?
Well, you have the perfect servant.
and Terminator as well, right?
Yes, Terminator
is
as well, for sure. And then what's the other one? Yeah, I mean, it kind of, they kind of keep reintroducing or keeping that narrative alive. Shit like that. It's real weird, bro.
Absolutely.
Well, you look at also
Well-
Blade Runner 2 was Cyborg. And,
Oh my God,
and
Blade Runner is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like that
absolutely.
level,
It's a
you know,
great movie.
You know, you're talking.
But
it's
you,
crazy.
you want to know something though?
Go for it.
You know what always trips me out, Chuman, is when you look at when they show like old, like when you see old comic, like guys that drew old comics, like space shit, and these guys were drawing this shit in like the 20s, but they only had an
Right.
imagination to go off of. They hadn't actually seen the shit that we see. But their drawings are like fucking 50, 60, 70 years advanced. They have it. They're drawing out
Yeah,
shit.
but what's to say that those designs that we're dealing with now aren't like ideated from those like old designs?
Word. Like,
You know
look
what I
at
mean?
Dick Tracy.
No,
Dick Tracy.
no. So you're right, Sean. And
I'm
Big
meaning
Bucks
more
is
like
both-
no. What I didn't mean to say it like that. Here, let me put it a little bit differently. They were drawing up like little guys with spacesuits that could fly. Look at the
Yeah,
Jetsons.
yeah, you're right.
They had a TV set where you could press the button and you could talk.
Right.
But that
right.
was
Or
make
Star Trek.
But that was make believe.
Right.
Like when you watch the Jetsons as a kid,
Yeah.
you'd be like, yeah, but TVs don't work like that. Right?
Right.
Phones and TVs aren't the same.
Yeah.
That was, that's make believe, and it was really cool. You never thought. But remember, like, everybody here remembers the first time they came across like some shit that was like promoting like a screen that you could see
Right.
through.
Or
You're
the-
like, fuck
The
is
watch and shit, like
Watch,
talking
yeah.
over your watch or whatever.
that? Right,
Yeah.
right. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
They had that, dude. They have that in there's old movies from the 40s.
Right.
Where the little Martians are running around like talking on a fucking little Juma, they were either making it up and imagining that, or somebody was already devising it. Or
I
maybe
think it's
both.
a combination. I think it's a combination of what you're saying, Big Lex, because on the one hand, you got to think about some of the artists and the authors that were writing are in the universities and mixing with the people that are the scientists that are, at least trying to make these breakthroughs. So it's not like these guys lived in an isolated bubble and they had no idea. They're interacting with people who that's what they're doing, or they know Edison, they know Tesla, right? They knew those guys. So that's part of it. And then the other thing I always think about, because people talk to me and they're like, how could you have pyramids in Central America and pyramids in Egypt? I think also we have to think that our reality has in it some inherent built-in, I want to say forms, is for lack of a better word, and also our desire for convenience takes certain forms. So like you said, Big Lux, somebody talking into a watch, I bet you a lot of people, right? I know myself, I think of like things that are impossible that would make my life easier because I hate certain drudgery. So I think all humans feel like whoever invented the bow and arrow, there must have been 1,000 people with spears that were like, man, if I could just shoot this fucking spear somehow, like even further. So I would think that would also allow us to imagine along similar, maybe not exactly the same, but along similar paths. So you have university, scientists, high elite culture people mixing, and then human reality carries with it. Like, oh, if I didn't have to eat, or if I didn't have to, if I could just fly instead of just being stuck in this car in traffic, I would imagine that would lend us to have some similar forms. And then some people, like you said, Big Legs, just have better imaginations than others. So they could imagine the Jetsons. But because they're a human being imagining the ultimate convenience, it winds up turning into reality eventually.
So this is okay. So all that, which is perfect, all that leads me to one thing. And that is, if they're writing these movies and these concepts long before, as far as we know, they're a reality, but they're coming into reality, then what's going on right now? Because I can tell you, man, these fucking futuristic films have so much of the similar, so many of them. Star Trek, Star Wars, this, that, Battleship, that, the Planet Lost, like all these fucking movies. They all have like this same kind of like twist to them, you know, right?
Yeah,
so I'm like this
absolutely.
future, or the future twists on us, and there's a big shift in the way things are, and like, you know, people got chips, or you don't really know who they are because some real bad shit happened, and there was a giant fucking storm and revolution, right? And now you're on the aftermath of it, right? It's so, I feel like it's so out there, and maybe it's a collective consciousness thing. Maybe that's just how that's how humanity does it. They just lay out where we're going. Nobody's really buying into it until it shows up. You know, I don't know, but
I think that's right.
Well, like
I think that's right.
Well, also too, like that movie, I think it's Minority Report with Tom Cruise, where they have touch screens. I can find out where this person is and what they're doing. We're at that point now. Like, I can tell you where you're shopping. I know what you're buying. I know where with your phone.
The only thing I didn't buy in that movie was that there was 3 chicks with telepathy living in a pool.
Hey, listen, what's the consensus here then? If I told everybody, give me 30 seconds on where's the robot thing going to go and end. Give me a minute, Juman.
I'm going to say exactly what you said, to the extent that all business, all corp, all military is going to be using robots. AI is already being used in the Pentagon to outgame all the other countries. But it will result in what Stephen King put together, which is a protective dome around the United States, and we will become a purely socialist country inside, and everybody outside will be fucked.
Wow. Ooh, wow, dude.
What you got, Sean?
I really don't know, man. I'm freaked out by it all. I mean, the automation thing really scares me. I think what's going to happen is that the corporations and the rich are going to get even richer, and they're, you know, a lot of us are going to be out of work, and we're going to have to decide on some sort of universal basic income. But that is going to create a huge, huge wealth gap in this country, and I think it's going to be chaos.
Well, what I'm tripping off of is like the old ways, or ways that we've experienced life, and people who are being born into this world now is what they learned, and that's their norm. What they're used to getting around, like I need to talk on the phone, my iPad, whatever it may be. So that's going to be their norm. That's what I'm tripping on. And you tell them, well, this is the way it used to be. They're going to look at you sideways like, what are you talking about? We're good. So I don't know how to normalize this. It's pretty freaky because we're seeing it happen in front of our eyes right now. And that's pretty much what I got to say about it. It's just I'm tripping off it really hard.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. I think it's going to get real weird. I mean, I think that you can already order a fucking a fake robot, sexual robot.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Yeah. That do all sorts of crazy shit.
Awesome.
Just think about that, you guys. Like, that's already, you know. So, you know, they're making an extra couple thousand that they're fucking backdooring to people that they're fucking programming with who God knows who knows what.
They're just gonna starve. They're gonna starve from just being stuck on a sex robot for like 3 weeks straight.
If anybody's going to innovate any area, porn's going to do it first. So, yeah.
I've always thought that masturbation was the first technology. Like that's
it's
what's
the
really like.
first-
We can talk.
isn't it the
we
first
can talk all
temptation?
we want.
It's the driving
There's a
force
reason
behind
why-
everything, isn't it?
Everything.
Right? It's the driving force behind everything, right? Of course, that's
Why-
going to be
why
where
are the
technology
Why would the
spawns.
Japanese? Right. Why would the Japanese be leading the robots? It's not to help old people. All right. It's not to help old people. It's because they want to fuck those robots.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh man,
Japanese fuckers are.
they're gonna put you in a gel suit, man. The gel suit made of gel.
Sean ready to get us fucking canceled for sure.
No, I mean they just got some crazy porn out there. Dude. Some weird,
Yeah, I don't
weird
know.
shit. Weird
Crazy
shit.
cartoons. They got some crazy
yeah.
cartoons.
I mean,
dude.
God, what
You
the
got the
fuck?
Japanese cartoons, and they were like, "Let's
Fucking
make
hentai's
8-bit
crazy, bro.
cartoons."
The hentai
Hey,
shit.
I got a few old friends of
I
mine.
got a dragon
fucking
over here.
brothers that they moved in, they hooked up, got moved out there. They ain't never been back since.
What?
Maniac was out there for about 30 years. One and Chauncey and Colby and Chauncey and I don't know, man, there's a bunch of fools, man. They
walking
get treated
around.
like kings. They never came back.
Right.
They're out there. The only time I see them is on Instagram, seeing their castles and shit.
Right.
Shit.
Yachts
Around with
and
smiles
shit.
on their faces all
Yeah.
the time, bro.
Yeah. With the army of little half Japanese, half black kids.
Right. Damn.
Living life, dude. Yeah. You know, even as an Italian Jew, going out there like if that you could win
Yeah.
because you're just not only are you American, but you also just you're completely different than them.
Bro, I just saw a video like 2 days ago of this white guy walking down and he was filming himself. He's like live streaming. And some Japanese girl walks up to him and says, I want to fuck you. Let's fuck you. Nice.
Hey, dog! Look at Sean saying this like he's like he believed it
I
was
just couldn't
real.
believe it. It was just like, you know. It's just
Sean, that's
American.
stage, Sean. That was.
Nah, come on. You know them. They're crazy out there.
You're messing with Sean's fantasy, Big Lux. You're messing with his fantasy.
Hey, I've been to Japan, bro.
Yeah.
Them good, yeah, dog.
They're
They
not
don't. Those
fucking
people don't.
They don't do that.
Are you kidding me, dude?
They don't even.
That's
talk
like
out
the
of
last thing. Dude, bro, they paint lines on the ground that you could smoke in the square, and they stand in the squares and smoke. Nobody crosses in the street, red
Yeah,
lights
okay,
or
so
anything.
why are they so crazy then?
Because
in the
that's
porn and shit.
stage,
No, I mean, why is their porn so crazy? Why are they pouring like gravy on each other? And shit?
They're getting paid a lot of money, bro.
Wow.
That ain't gravy, dog.
Gotta be real.
Oh my god.
The white guy just walking
weird,
down the
it's
street
weird
with
shit,
Here we
his
go, bro.
They're like licking the walls and shit. That's
turkey
weird.
base.
Hey, we're gonna start talking about the guy in Thailand prison.
We should get that guy in, man.
Yeah.
We need to have
dude.
him on and some of these Japanese
Okay,
women.
wait,
that are
wait, hold
fucking,
up.
I want to suck your cock in the middle of Tokyo. Yeah, Mr. American guy will go. Is that what he just ran up on the street?
Yeah, he just ran. He just
He
walked
was just
down.
filming himself.
I'll play it.
Give me that video, bro. I want to see. He's got it. He got it saved somewhere. Dog.
So that fucking-
Hey, dude, you never gave us your take on the robots.
I think it's gonna get real weird. It ain't gonna. I think it's gonna get bad before it gets good.
Yeah, I believe that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
All right, listen, man. Good show, you guys. I'm hurting from
Yeah.
laughing so much on that one. Hey, what's the name of the company of the ice cream?
Fossilman's ice cream.
Fossilman's Ice Cream. Go check
That's
out their website. I want to just say thank you, man, for the fantastic dark chocolate ice cream. Mike bringing that over. There are new
Let me talk to the guys.
There are new sponsors.
I ain't been there
Hey,
a month, motherfucker.
hey, Adina Boo. Hey, My Najou.
Hey!
Hair products.
Hey.
Go check them out. They're a sponsor as well. Cookies and Vibes. Cookies SF and Vibes Rolling Papers. Esteban Oreo and the Soul Assassin give you a shout out. Go to supermaxhardware.com, make a purchase, and always listen to Hard Luck Show Monday and Thursdays. All right, Monday and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Thanks, Enzo's Pizzeria in Westwood, for the food. Magnificent. Thanks again, Mike, for the ice cream.
Word up.
What you
Never
got?
get tired of those eggplant parmesans.
Never.
Skippy.
Never.
Delicious.
I got, look, listen to me. I got hardluckshow.com. And then I got amplified.com. Go check it out. amplifyd.com. And check out and search for the Hard Luck Show. We got the Art of War up there. We got LA Crime mixtape for free. Go check it out. It's free now. You can get it for free. Never heard before. I think actually a lot of those shows were up, but there's some free stuff in there. And then we also have some upcoming auctions that will be on Amplified. So go check it out.
Yeah. Auctioning off the ice cream ride along with Big Pig Mike. Also, auctioning off a chance to meet Rachel Sterling in person at one of her comedy events in September. We'll bring you more news on that when it gets negotiated out, but you'll be able to be there live with Rachel Sterling. And of course, Ovana Bona LP. We wear braids decor, let the tomahawks fly. The best legal representation that money can buy. And this going out to Mr. Mark Torres. He called me up, a big super fan, had some questions and some advice. And my thoughts and prayers are going out to you, buddy. I hope everything's all right.
Yeah.
Mike?
All right, got Big Pig Mike, Mike Angelo Photography, Bionic Sound Systems. Got your ice cream for you if you need it. Hit me up.
I'm already have some more.
Yeah.
And also, too, shout out
pick
to
me
my
up.
family, my mom, my pops. Just give me a hard time, but I love them for it. All right? That's about it.
Peace. All right. Like we do about this time. Peace.